Hey there guys, so finally after 4 months we get a new trailer and a couple of new reveals. First I'm gonna talk about the stages that we got to see. In this trailer we get to see 5 entirely new stages. The first stage is very interesting to me. You can see behind Kung Lao there is a crashed airplane. Like most of the stages shown in this trailer we only get to see a glimpse of the stage. But it seems like it's somewhere in China. You can see in the background there is a bunch of cars flipped over and destroyed. And also if you look closely there is a sign with either Japanese or Chinese letters in it. This stage seems pretty good and fun, but what I really like is the second stage we get to see. Unfortunately we don't get to see much of this stage, but if you look closely in the background you can see a blue energy of sorts. And also the writings on the wall seem very weird and out of this world, so I'm assuming this stage has something to do with Kotul-Khan, the Elder Gods or the Kamidogus. But it does seem like a very interesting stage and it does look beautiful. Now unfortunately all we get to see from the third stage is a building and what looks like a statue behind Devora. I can't really say much about this stage since you don't get to see anything from it, so moving on to the next stage. Now at first glance this stage does look like a cemetery, but if you look really closely you can see that it isn't a cemetery. It looks like a temple of sorts. There's a huge statue between what looks like to be two coffins. By far this stage is what really caught my attention because it reminds me of the Shaolin Temple from Mortal Kombat 4. So I'm assuming this is outside the Shaolin Temple. We also get to see 3 seconds of a stage and I don't really know what to say about it. If you pause the video at the right moment you can actually see what looks like a brain in a jar. So could this stage be similar to Shang Tsung's flesh pits from Mortal Kombat 9? I'm honestly not sure because that's pretty much all we get to see from that stage. These are all the new stages we got. Also for people who are still confused, the stage where Devora and Scorpion are fighting is the same stage from the start of the trailer. If you look closely you can see the same sign in the background as well as the destroyed cars. Okay, now that we got the stages out of the way, let's talk about sweet Kitana. Kitana's new design just looks awesome, nobody can argue that. Her design really shows how much you can improve on a character that in past games looked like a complete slut. If you go back to Mortal Kombat 9 you can just see how much different she is in terms of design. In Mortal Kombat 9 the females looked very weird and they had obscure bodies that seemed really weird for females. But in Mortal Kombat X you can see the effort NetherRealm Studios are putting to improve their characters and make them look the way they're supposed to look. It's also worth mentioning that the golden thing she has on her forehead is a sign of royalty. I'm not really an expert on this so I could be wrong. Now overall if you look at her design you can see that it's pretty fitting for Kitana and there's no real issue with it. I personally was never a fan of Kitana, however I am very interested in playing as Kitana in this game because she does look very interesting. And also for those that didn't notice, Kitana's boot number 4. Now in this trailer we also get to see some gameplay of Kitana and all I can say is fucking epic. She seems to have a new move which is similar to Reptile's dash from Mortal Kombat 9, only a bit slower. I am assuming this will only be in one of her variations that will focus more on her mobility. We also get to see both her fan lift and fan toss moves. From what I saw it seems like you are still able to use the fan toss move in the air to keep the opponent flying for a couple of seconds to give you the ability to extend combos. Speaking of extending combos, we get to see Kung Lao's gameplay which really just looks fucking awesome. It looks like you will no longer need to meter burn to be able to perform the ultimate hat move from Mortal Kombat 9. We also get to see his dive kick move which honestly seems a bit different than Mortal Kombat 9. It looks like you will no longer be able to use it to close distance between you and your opponent. We finally also get to see what they meant with spin the hat in front of you. You'll actually be able to meter burn his move and make the hat spin in front of you in the air. From what I can tell you'll also be able to control it. Now this could really be interesting because even if the hat is blockable you'll still be able to use it to close distance between you and your opponent. So the buzzsaw variation can be a very good matchup against his zoning type character. We also get to see a part of his X-ray move and it looks 10 times better than his Mortal Kombat 9's X-ray. Also he seems to have Liu Kang's leg flip move from Liu Kang's X-ray in Mortal Kombat 9 which was originally Liu Kang's fatality in Mortal Kombat 1. Now we get to the fast hitting punches and I just love this part. Some people seem to think it's a brutality for some reason, but it isn't. I'm assuming it's either a grab or a counter move, but it's awesome. And it does look like the move does a pretty hefty damage. And near the end of the video we get to see a glimpse of Kung Lao's fatality. It honestly looks pretty cool. I never really liked Kung Lao's fatalities. The only fatality that was pretty cool was the splitting the opponent down the middle from Mortal Kombat 2. But this fatality seems pretty awesome and I feel like it will end up being my second favorite Kung Lao fatality. There is something that we do get to see and that's Kitana's fatality. Now it doesn't seem like there's anything cut from the fatality. It seems complete and gory. As some of you may know, Kitana always had dumb and stupid fatalities, even in Mortal Kombat 9, but this fatality just takes her to a whole new level. Fatalities have never looked better, characters have never looked more badass, and story is shaping up to be one of the best in Mortal Kombat history. I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown video, and if you did then make sure to hit that like button. And also let me know what are your thoughts about this trailer. Did you like Kitana and what do you think of her new design? Leave your comments down below, and as always guys, stay awesome.
These thoughts are hard to place, but we